In this video, we're going to continue looking at the scouting pillar in AGI Compass, and today we're going to focus on the data aspect as well as the administration in the submenu. First, let's start off on data, and we're going to look at Scout Filter. This is a handy tool that's going to let you filter records directly in your program or also export all of your Scout data to Microsoft Excel for further review or for you to share it with anybody you choose. For retailers or agronomists, you are presented in most of our data export options with the ability to leave this blank and select all your farms or select an individual farm. As an individual farm, this would automatically be selected right to your farm for you. Next, we can select a specific date range for the data we wish to view, or leaving it blank is going to sort through every Scout record we've created in our Compass profile. As you can see, this mimics what we saw when we were creating the Scout with our different observations, and this is a spot where we can turn on the specific data we wish to view. For example, perhaps today we're looking for a specific weed observation and a specific weed. Clicking here activates just searching through the weed observations. Then, optional is selecting some more metrics to really focus on the data we want to see. In this case, we're going to focus on a type of weed, and we're going to look for chickweed. From that, we can scroll the page down, and we could add more metrics for what we wanted to track. However, in this case, we're just going to search for the individual. Clicking Excel is, of course, going to send the selected data to a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet already formatted for your use. But you'll notice there's a brand new button here, and that's Filter. And Filter is going to let me do this in program. What Compass is doing right now is going through every Scout record for my farm looking for weed observations that match chickweed. And it's returned my results. Let's take a look down below, and here we can see from our oldest all the way going to our newest Scout record every time we've observed chickweed on our farm. It pulls in a little bit more than just the observation data. It tells me when it was scouted, who scouted it, my farm code, all of my ID information, and then right down to the specific field that it was observed on and the details for that observation. If I keep going down, we've seen chickweed a number of times over multiple Scout observations on my farm. And if we look here, I can see that it's been seen on the same field multiple times. Perhaps this would be a great indicator for me to get a spray application down to deal with this weed issue. Doing the filter in program can be especially handy if you're a retailer, agronomist, or a farm, and you know you saw a particular item but can't remember the exact details. Rather than having to go through every Scout record you've created, you could use this filter function to quickly and easily identify any time you observed that particular item. Let's do a Microsoft Excel export, and this time we're just going to deactivate specifics, and we're going to export all of our Scout data to a single Excel, and let's take a look at the data and details we can do from there. Compass is currently exporting that data out to me, and just like you may have seen in previous videos, we have pre-formatted this Excel spreadsheet for you for ease of use with your own data. Brought right in, the first tab we can see is all of our soil weather observations we've ever made for the farm, and all the details included. Next, we also have all of our crop observations, followed by our weed observations, insect, disease, and our product recommendations. This can be especially handy when you're looking for specific items and you happen to be in the office, or if you want to send all of your Scout information to your trusted advisor to help work on your farm. Let's close out this Excel, and we're going to take a look at some of the other data available to us. Next, we'll go down to Farm Status. This again is going to allow us as a retailer or agronomist to leave this blank and select all of our farms, or again, if you're an individual farm, this would be pre-selected for you. You can select a specific date range, as always, and you can filter and do this in program or send this to Microsoft Excel. Let's take a look at filtering it in program, and what the farm scouting status was designed to do was let you know which fields have been scouted, when they were last scouted and who scouted them, as well as the field, farm, and scout ID, so you can go and view the different observations that were seen. This also tracks, you'll notice green is current calendar year. Pink is going to indicate that that was a previous year. And as we go down, you can see any fields that have not been scouted or don't have a scout record in Compass associated to them. This can be a great way for you to go up and do your scheduling for scouting. If you want to know how to do scheduling, I encourage you to watch the first video in this series where we cover how to set up pre-scheduled activities and populate them to the calendar on your dashboard. Clicking Excel is going to do the exact same as what we just did with the filter and spit the same data out to that pre-formatted Excel spreadsheet. And here it just lets me know which fields have been scouted, when they were last scouted, and the current planted acres for those fields. Last on the data pillar, we have monitor data. And this is going to allow us, again, to select if we're a retailer or agronomist, all of our farms or one particular farm, or as the individual farm, this would be pre-selected for you. This is going to allow us to send to Microsoft Excel all of the monitor data observations we've recorded in the Compass program. And of course, we do organize it for you. So there's the basic farm data, the monitor details setup, the log setups, your question batch, question answers, and some base tables for that. Next, let's take a pop over to the administrative side and see what we've got available there. Clicking on the submenu brings up two options, Scout Setup and Monitor Setup. Let's click on Scout Setup first, and this is where, as an agronomist, retailer, or farm, you can set up that legal disclaimer that will be attached to every product recommendation. You don't have to add multiple legal disclaimers, as Compass will replicate the same one for every product recommendation you make. And if you're a retailer and agronomist working with a complete list of customers, you only need to set that up once under a single customer, and that will replicate through all of your customers in your list. Next, we can take a look at monitor setup, and this is another way to set up your monitors separate from what we looked at in the monitor video, where we can go and set up our own question setups, and that takes us right to list management to create our custom question stacks, delete existing ones, or use the pencil icon to modify ones that pre-exist. We can also add our monitor question set to a specific monitor. This is what's going to drive those question stacks to come into this section and then be able to be attached to different monitors. This has been a quick overview of the data and administration options available to you in the Scout pillar. If you require more assistance than this video was able to provide, I encourage you to contact your AGI Compass support representative at 1-866-278-9530 and book an online session today. As always, thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.